On Monday, February 22nd, 2010, the first issue of the Chaparral for this semester came out. And one of the articles in that Chaparral was called PCP, a raging epidemic at COD. And as you recall, on the first day of class here, we also heard about PCP. And PCP is parking lot, classroom parking lot, which means like you come to class, you come to the parking lot, you come to the classroom, then you go back to the parking lot, and you're gone. So, yeah, first semester here, that was me too. It's like I was here, I had classes, and I was gone home, I had nothing to do. And then I got involved in a club. And then I got involved in the campus, and I got involved. But you should get involved too, because it's important to be involved. So today I'll be talking to you about the problems of PCP, the possible causes of it, and the things you can do to get involved with the campus. Now, first, let me talk to you more about the problems. Some of the, maybe you think it's not a problem, but it is a problem. If you don't stay on campus long enough, you don't talk, you don't tell anyone anything. If you don't tell anyone anything, nothing happens. The student voice is one of the strongest things on the campus. The Chaparral is a part of the student voice. On the same issue, there was an article about counselors called "Put Counselor Back to Counseling," and talked about the problems that people found that they had from the counselors. And later on in this semester, on April 12th, 2010, in the Chaparral, there was a letter to the editor written by John Marmon. He's the chair of the, well, he's a trustee. He's one of the trustees. He runs one of the meetings. But he wrote back to the students to tell them that if you have a problem with the counselors, you should tell them. But what he was actually saying was that you're a college student. You should be prepared to see the counselors. The counselors aren't supposed to be there, the counselors are supposed to be there, but they shouldn't solve everything for you. You should at least know something beforehand. And also later, previously this semester, there was a girl in the Hill Center. She was walking around with a petition for summer school to be reenacted. And the administrators, they listened, and summer school is now actually going to be held this semester, but it's going to be very limited. So student voice is very powerful. And also, on March 22nd, there was a march in Sacramento. It was college students. All these college students were protesting budget cuts, and they wanted budget cuts to be lowered from. Well, they wanted it so that college students didn't have to pay higher tuition, and well, if they weren't involved in campus, they wouldn't have learned about this march, this rally in Sacramento, and someone wouldn't have published this article. So now that we've viewed the problem, let's talk about some of the causes. Now, some of the causes might be your experiences from high school. Sure, high school is fun, but at the same time, was it like real involvement in high school? It was like hanging out with your friends. I knew I had a student body on campus, but I thought they were just they didn't do anything and stuff like that. But yeah, I know they actually do stuff. But yeah, it's one of the causes. But another cause that might be affecting you from not being involved in campus is time. You don't have time. We're college students. We don't have time. We have jobs, we have lives. We have to work, we have to eat. We don't have time, but we can make time. We're at college. We're here already. We can stay a little bit behind. We can talk to people. We can tell them everything that's wrong with the campus, and then they can tell someone else, and they'll tell someone else, and then someone else will hear it and can do something about it. And they'll do something about it. And then one other problem might be that you're uninterested. You think, there's nothing in here, there's nothing on this campus that you'd be interested in. But there are lots of clubs on campus, and if there isn't a club that you want, you can just make one. It's really easy. So now that we've seen some of the problems, we'll hear about how to become more involved in the college campus. So, like I said before, you can join a club. There are many clubs on campus. There's a theater club, there's a theater club, there's a there's a music club.
There's an auto club.
Yes. Yes, there's an auto club. There's There's a club for ACEs. There's a club for international students. You can get to know the international students. They're really interesting. But if you don't find a club that you're interested in, like I said before, just make one. And if you are interested in a club, but you don't feel like you have the time, then you can go to the student life office and then get their email them or phone them. They're really open to it. They really like it when people get involved. And then you can also just go to campus meetings. There are lots of committees on campus. There are lots of meetings. You can talk to your administrator. They like it when students come because they learn what students' problems are. And you can find out also that from the student life office. But yeah, you can. They're really easy to get involved into campus, but you don't have to get so involved that it takes over your life. You can just be like in one club where you can do just one thing. But one thing's important. Everything's important right now. So now that I talked to you about problem, causes, and the effects, or the causes and some of the things you can do to be involved in campus. And it's really important, I think, to be involved in campus because, well, it leads up to different things. Like you network when you get involved in campus. You learn leadership skills if you get involved in clubs, and you can learn important skills in the future. And you can be like me. I voted. Like you heard on, I think it was last Wednesday. I ran for this the position of vice president for the student senate, and I won it. Even though I was unopposed, I won it. But but last year it was really interesting too because I was a write-in for secretary. I didn't win that, but I was a write-in. I got a lot of votes, and the other person was a write-in. He got a lot of votes. It was really heated up, but it was really cool and it was really fun. So if you get involved in campus, you can be a change for the students too. And well, I think thanks for listening to my opinion. There's my visible visual. It's awesome, isn't it?